This is Wow Now Go, 1,000 hours of info per day for your day. All spectrum for the total region. News and lifestyle audio so you can soften your gaze and walk past things. Hello, I'm Addison Anderson, or Madison, you pick, I don't have time. On today's show, global headlines and local chittering, a reminder to your mind about your body, and questions to expect at your next job interview if your current gig ever discovers that thing you're doing. All that and so very much plus upon this, the Wow Now Go. Major headlines. News it'd be awful of you not to know. The NSA warns your computer is trying to seduce you, using techniques many may not recognize since it's been so long for all of us. Authorities are unsure what to use as jail for your computer, maybe a drawer. Take the time to think of ways to hurt it. A sick child's last wish is to sniff things at the laundromat. Government says yuck. How youngly can you cry? There's some new trend in which you are supposed to. And a new government campaign reminds you not to get croaked lest your life's too expensive. Wow Now Go. Hearing and thinking are cognitively identical on parenting. By giving birth to a defenseless baby instead of a qualified police officer, you've clearly chosen to make your community less safe, have you not? It's undeniable. Next thing, I'm done trying that. Marketplace. A report out of the World Economic Symposium finds that it might be great for you if the rest of your species were doing a bit worse. After all, if something bad is happening to them, that could mean something good's happening to you, or will happen once they're gone. Wouldn't we all love to see that? Thanks for that segment. I'm welcome. More from me after this. Wow Now Go is brought to you by Footpit. At long last and finally, we've disrupted walking. Why risk being outdoors, suffering typical delays like uneven sidewalks or skull-masked berserkers? Now your feet can enjoy a series of textured impressions from a pad on the floor of your kitchenette bathroom. The washable and stylishly rectangle-esque pad really does replicate the impact of a step. And that's my favorite part about it. Trick de bod, hush de mind with Footpit. Bipeds must purchase 2 Footpits for fullness of experience. Wow Now Go. Content. This just in, a press release I'm simply going to read because it's all typed up and clean for me, from Instagram. Quote, "The nipple that feeds a baby is suggestive of the human life cycle, which implies human death, reminders of which are disallowed from our platform. Here, you, your likes, and your pickies live forever. Posts scroll upward and stories scroll onward, hurtling you downward and forward in the hell we've made of you for you. Our platform can't waste your time because you are eternal and you were certainly never a baby. So forget what fed you. We feed you. We are proud to be the only nipple." And in lifestyle tips. Have you listed all the people in your life who might be psychopaths? That is a facet of social responsibility. Make a big list of everyone you know. Draw 2 boxes next to each name, one for yes and the other for not yes. Check off 1 box per name for whichever one they are. Remember to hide your list in a place only you know, using cryptographic methods only you invent. Why take such steps to prevent someone from finding your list of all the psychos throughout the history of your life and pervading your social network? Who would attempt to steal such a thing? Only a psychopath, obviously. Come on. The wellness of a healthful moment. On today's moment, we will fully meditate your mind. This is a meditation of the senses. Awaken to the sense of hearing. Hear the sounds around you, such as winds. Awaken to the sense of eyes. Your eyes see the winds. Awaken to the sense of touch. Have you ever felt the blade of a grass? Awaken to the sense of taste. In your mouth, make spit. Swallow the taste of your world in the palm of your spit. Awaken to the sense of smell, because you also have smell. Come out the meditation whenever you wish. I'll keep playing this moon harp and remain bodily unclothed. Fashion and clothes. And clothes? Anyway, all you gentlemen and musky boys, slap yourself to remember it's that time of year to jounce up and down your Promenade Avenue in your shiny silver buttons. All the ladies wish to know if your beautiful buttons are real silver, and oh how they'll blush to see you wear your heaviest hat. Tell them where it's from, say if you've ever been on a ship, and how tall. All the ladies are sitting in a row, waiting for the shiny silver buttons to begin. All the ladies are sitting in a row, waiting for the shiny silver buttons to begin. Please decide to remember or forget that segment during this next segment. Wow Now Go. Explaining the world for you even though you're big now. Well, the self-described word pervs over at Merriam-Webster are releasing this year's list of most frequent sentences. Among them, hey, why do we hang out less? I bet this party will change things for me. Uh-oh, I hate what I want. This prison of urges is not super. Every time I try to meet people in real life, they see me. I have a job and am in a bad mood. I'm a stumpy, dumpy-hipped little man. It sure is hard being my most convenient self. Everyone has value till they need my help. I'm depressed because I fart vaporized corn syrup. And, oh, Mr. Fancy Pants thinks his body's too nice to end up on the big heap with all the others. Checking the local papers now, some guy wants money again. Other guy found in a puddly circumstance of bullets. Sicko craves weird excitement. Bozo admits offing peg leg papa for unknown reason. A photo of a man passed out in a subway toilet under a blanket of fish skins. Shocked fiancé finally speaks out. And it looks like a local person was given a little hat for being never wrong. They plan to put it on their desk and wait for dust to show up. At the public auditorium tonevening, a lecture entitled Should There Be Anywhere? Sounds like an event. And now, a listener opinion. Listener Fef writes in, without the gender binary around, someone might push me down my steps. Some night, I'll come home late after my job or a friend's bad show. My rooms are quiet, the wind is all gone from the day, and there's no one there to protect me. Certainly no gender binary, or anyone else for that matter. I decide to get some fudge from the vat in the basement, so I start down the creaky stairs my grampy made by hand. All of a sudden, from in between some shadows, boom, a strange, drifty punk kicks me down the stairs, and I plop hard, face down, in a puddle of insect urine, and the urine tries to sneak into my blood, I bet. Now look at me, and think about gender, please. Huh. After this break, our next segment. I've put everything in a special order for you. Stop blushing. I used to make love like the owner of a used bookstore. Now my pud gets absolutely skull hard from casual sex pills in my mailbox every week till death. 15% off with discount code Illinois. It's a soft and lovely night on a sunset boat. You've got a plate of hot pasta and a full head of hair. Illinois. All your friends and their girlfriends, boyfriends, and spouses dancing around a big cookie party thrown by you. Come to Illinois. This is what you worked so hard for. Bought, sold, phone time, computer stuff. The bathroom of your boat is Illinois incredible. You plant a big wet slopper of a kiss on the champion in the toilet's mirror. Illinois is where this turns real, where the dream becomes alive, for anyone willing to stand up and fight. A message from the Tourism Board of the Illinois-Wisconsin region. Wow Now Go. Look at you, the world's most responsible witness. An editorial comment. When I stare at the leader, he should be tall and as broad as my eyes can ping pong. I don't want to see things off to either side of him, and I certainly don't want to see anything above him. I don't even want to see the ground he stands on. The ground just makes me think of all the people in it, lying there like bums waiting for handouts, feeling entitled to salmon sandies on sourdough. Any reminder of my leader's humanity-ish mortality would be a clear sign that the world is dissolving. This is why the leader should be a big orb floating toward me forever, and everything else should be a sort of liquid. It's recipe time for you. Try Wow Now Go's official cocktail Pop Skull. Combine any gin that comes in plastic with Pepsi and half. Drink it before it curdles or after. It's up to you. You're in charge. Don't let anyone boss you around or complain about how you get. And now a special feature. In today's world-paced fastness, you've got to be constantly changing jobs to make enough money at your job to afford other jobs. That means interviews. As part of our mandate to train the communities, here are some frequent interview questions which you can practice answering before your next interview. After each question, pause and say your answer. I really shouldn't have to explain that, should I? Think about what I said while I begin the questions. Do you like smushing things into cubes, no matter what things? Do you have any hobbies like chit-chat or slobbering all over your work? As for me, I just walk with my phone. Leisure's great. Next question. Have you ever tripped and fallen into a forbidden place? On a scale from 0 to 9, how much do you agree with this statement? I just love to behave myself. Hint, 9 is the best. Do you agree human beings are really just sorters who love to sort things into sorts of things? If an office job needed you to have absolutely zero metal in your body, wouldn't that be fun and okay? If suddenly the color of a part of you changed, would you take responsibility and fix it politely? Pretend I'm your boss. Your whole department loves me and calls me Grandpa Big Boss. If Grandpa Big Boss told you to smile for the new era, how many teeth do you put in that smile? If the ceiling of the labor chamber is painted like a sky, what's the difference to you? Would you like an open-ended visit to Revenue Island, and have you noticed the cameras yet? To what are your glory and your fate bound, if not the glory of those above you? Wouldn't you agree there's no rule saying pornography has to be sexual? Let's just say hypothetically, I serve a syndicate of elite clients who take a sick but sophisticated, erotic, genital pleasure in secretly watching me interview someone like you, a common vagrant eyesore, an embarrassing, expendable, vacant-faced, poverty-stricken dupe, a vulgar, purposeless, hand-to-mouth, no-account, deadbeat, nasty crank, a filthy, lice-ridden, swamp squatter of a cadaver-brained peasant who can only take a bath once your rotting mouth fills up with enough spit. Say I trick a goiterous, backwoods moon screamer like you to come in here, hoping to get hired as a perfect drone. Hypothetically, would you accept $50,000 as payment to play yourself until the VIPs juice themselves? Do you have direct deposit? Enough. Now other. Wow, now go. Congrats on the fancy brain. Well, it is time to hide myself, so that's all of now for now. And remember, pay attention to things. Many things have had a huge influence on the world. Next up on this podcast network, it's a new episode of Civilian Casualties brought to you by BetterHelp. I've been Addison Anderson this whole time.